The topic of this session is how to create a website, certain information, and I will be sharing information from my slide deck, and after that, I will be doing it live too. The platform that I will be, of course, allow me to begin this session by sharing my screen, and then taking it up from there. And then, just to let you know, in between that, uh, the platform that I will be referring to today has a great many features. Okay, and it is called as the name of that platform is again Wix, WIX, and that is what we will be exploring. So the name of the session goes how to build a website on Wix. Okay, and in order to do that, what we will be doing is as I said earlier, I will be sharing information from my slide deck and then going over live there. Now, the objectives of this session is just learning a few. I mean, the first two are more theoretical, the importance of a website, what all can be done, and a few tips on creating an attractive website. Okay. Create a free account on Wix. This is the platform, WIX. Features, categories, and templates. This is something which is inbuilt, and we will explore that also. Create a website and certain pricing for upgrades. The basic features are free. We do not need to pay for them. But then, if we have to order some kind of services or need additional services, then we need to pay. So that's what this session is going to be about. And besides this, if there's anything else that you're hoping to learn, please put that in the chat box, and I would be happy to answer that. Okay, so first comes first, since this session pertains to the Wix, the Wix portal, as we call it. Have you created your free Wix account? To create an account, it is absolutely free. And since we will be discussing the features of of Wix, we need an account there. Without an account, we cannot do anything there. So, and those wishing to follow the session, with me can do that along with me also. Now, just a little bit of theoretical information, a definition. Definitely, if we wish to create a website, we should also know what a website is. So a website is a set of hyperlinked, when we say hyperlink means it is a method for navigation. Okay. Web pages. Okay. Pages means multiple pages. So the navigation of multiple web pages under a single domain name. Okay. Domain name is very essential for a website, and it is unique. One of the things is that it is unique. So under a single domain name produced by an individual, means either for personal self or any organization, which could be for either business or non-government or a fundraiser, you name it, and anyone can create a business there. So the basic that we need in order to create a website is, of course, one thing, a domain name. Second is some space, web space, as we call it. If we use this kind of a platform, we don't need any domain space, web space, because it already provides that. And domain name we could acquire. It could be if we want a unique domain name. Otherwise, a domain name on Wix will end in wix.com. Okay. So now moving over to the importance. What is the importance of a website, or why do we need to create a website? Okay. The first thing, it is our face. It is the face of an organization or an individual on the globe. It is a global presence, because wherever there is internet, we can access that 24/7, 365. It does not go to sleep. Business may be having hours, we may be having hours, but once a website is published and live, there is no such thing as hours over there. So any individual wishing to know more about the organization across the globe, they can, access it. Most of the websites, what they do is they promote, any organization, self, skills, activities. It is more of a promotional activity which is there. We can also sell products and services, accept payments. Like any e-commerce website or online store, they also, accept payments also, besides selling, right? And we can post and find information on the website. If there is any organization, they can post information about their products as well as any kind of services that they offer. Similarly, for an individual also. And at the same time, besides posting, there are multiple websites from where we can find the information also. In a business, in a website that is created, we can build a customer database. Like for example, when we say a customer database, there are many ways of doing it. Many ways of doing it, and then an engagement system. For example, how we build a customer database from a website. Number one, if we just ask them if there is any website which says subscribe to our newsletter, okay. And when we subscribe to their newsletter, what we do is we fill in our name and then our email address, okay. And that organization sends us the newsletter whenever they distribute one. Now, the process, by sending a newsletter, they are engaging. A simple activity, they are engaging. Right? Number two, since the email ID is captured there and it is on their database, they kind of send information. Right? So a customer, database is created over a period of time, as well as there is an engagement system. This was just one example. Another way, if anybody needs any more information, contact us. There might be a form, and in the form, they would a question would be asked that how do we connect with you? And then there is an email ID. They just mentioned your email ID. So when we are sharing information with anybody, any other organization, we are adding to their, our contact information. We are adding to their database there, and ultimately they will use it in engagement. Convert visitors into customers, employees, or partnerships. Okay, in the sense that when we create a website, it is not only limited to selling or not only limited to offering any kind of information. There are websites also when we want support staff, or when we are looking out for senior employees, or any kind of an employment opportunity is there. We post, that information also. And similarly, two organizations, when they see each other's, details, and if they feel that we can get into some kind of a partnership, they would also, they would first visit the website and then, offer any kind of deal to each other. One of the greatest things that the website does, it reduces the cost of advertising. Okay. Well, it is merely well nigh impossible, to send a global kind of, global kind of print print information to everybody. Printing costs. With printing is attached postal services. Right? Any kind of a flyer that we send out in a local area, that also costs, and it costs quite decently. But here, when we create our website, the cost is there, but it is it is very minimal, And even if we do promotional, and if we do any kind of promotional activity, and direct people to our, direct customers or potential customers to our website, the information is already there. So the cost of advertising is or promoting is reduced drastically if we have a good website up and running. You know. Now, just sharing a few tips about creating a website. Okay. The first thing, okay, is a clean homepage. Okay. When we say homepage, it means the first page that comes up. Okay. The first page when anybody clicks on the website, the first page that comes up. Okay. One of the essentials of a homepage, okay, besides aesthetics, colors, fonts, the visual appeal, okay, and the company logo. I mean, there are a couple of points on a homepage also, but the combined effect of the homepage should be that it should be able to communicate the core message instantaneously. Okay. In the sense that if we are a business, and say the business is dedicated to or is more into the food products, as somebody sees the website, as they view the website, within the first 5 to 8 seconds, it should register in them with them that they are watching a website which is dedicated to food. There are various ways of doing it, by text, by visuals, and by colors, and the kind of information that is posted there. Because in the especially with the advent of too much of social media and a boom in the information and technology services, the attention span of viewers has dropped drastically, uh, in the sense that when people search or they visit pages, if it does not appeal to them, they will not go further. And that appeal, the maximum duration, and there is scientific data for that also. The maximum duration that someone spends, on search before moving on to the next page, or taking the, sorry, before taking the next step, which includes moving to the next page, option, is just 15 seconds. So the top, that's why when we go into the website, into the actual elements also, first thing is to keep the audience, give them the core message instantaneously. Within 15 seconds, they should know that this is what we are about. Give it a best of a shot so that they continue reading and scroll through. When we design it, we have to keep the visual hierarchy in mind. Visual hierarchy in the sense that there are certain things, like, for example, a business name. Okay. To begin with, every business has a name, or every website, even if it is our individual website. First of all, the purpose of the website needs to be ascertained. Here, we would be talking more about business websites. Say, supposing if it's a business website. Number one, the name. Number two, if you have a tagline. Number three, if we have a logo. These three things immediately create what we call it, brand recall. Right? So, and it should not be such that the name is much bigger and the is designed with the huge size fonts, and the logo is very small, and the tagline is again kind of a minimal size. Now we have to have the hierarchy there, okay. Keeping in mind that all these three things, the tagline being the smallest, in area wise, the heading or the name of the organization being a decent size, and the logo also of a decent fit in ratio. Right? So that is what we call as visual hierarchy. just the header itself to begin with. And then going over downwards, as we scroll through, the sections of the blocks need to conform to to the hierarchy as to what do we want to tell the customers there. Right? The another point here is the content. This is again a more about text, easy to read, right? Not, not some kind of a content which is not clear, right? Because, like I said, 15 seconds is the time that we get before the individual decides to take the next step. So if the content is not good, if the first couple of lines, opening lines, are not great, uh, and do not appeal in the sense that they do not comprehend those lines, then they'll just move on, or probably it is out of out of focus there. So if even for businesses, if we see if they have multiple products or multiple activities, they create different websites for each activity, or a different page. So that way the segregation is there, right? So the content in its own self is also segregated, number one. Number two, when we say easy to read, easy to read both in terms of fonts, colors. First is the content. Second is the layout of the content. Fonts, colors. They play a very important part there. Okay. Important part in the sense that, if the content is too close, or there is too much content, at times, you don't have the time to read that. Number two, the readability factor. Readability factor in the sense like, in case if you're watching my this presentation, we call that padding, the distance in between two lines. Okay? Like, for example, the first line and the second line. This is called as, the distance is called as padding. This should not be too less, and it should not be too close also. Right? Because if it is too close, then, at times it strains the eye of the visitor. So use a decent bit of padding when posting, a text content on the website. One of the key, again, is since we have multiple pages, we have to ensure that the navigation is easy. One page leads to the other. Navigation buttons are, visible. They're visible all the time, or, whenever anybody moves the screen, So it's very easy to navigate. Because if it is not easy to navigate, then, individuals, they might lose interest in the website. And least but not, not last, but these days it is the first criterion. Stay mobile friendly. Mobile means the mobile device as such. Okay. In this is mainly because most of the most of the users these days have an internet-ready device. Everybody has internet on their phones. And as soon as you convey something to them, they will simply click on the link and check it. So when designing a website, always keep it mobile friendly. Because if it doesn't look good, then people will not be able to. Maximum percentage of the visitors will not be able to to navigate through the website. Now, coming to the next option, getting started. The URL of this platform is www.wix.com. Okay. I already have an account there. Of course, when I go into demo, I will show you. But then, for those first-time individuals, this is the URL at which you have to go. Okay. And you sign up for free. Basically, it's we don't need to give any kind of card information or any kind of a commitment that in the future we are going to give you this much of business or anything of that sort. We sign up for a free account there. Of course, there are three ways, okay, by which we can build a website. When I go into the demo, I will, we will explore that. That's why we say choose type of a website. Number one is, once I go into the demo, I will let you know how by the three ways we can create a website. We can, one of the ways that is there is we just customize it, the starting point is a template and we just customize it or edit it. Right? There are many design features and most of them are drag drop. Okay. Drag and drop is what we call from one place, just drag it across to the other and it is there on the site. Okay. And besides this, we can upload also. If we have pictures, if we have certain things, we can upload also. And when we upload, we can add text, galleries, videos, any kind of an art form that we have. Everything is, there. Now, this screen that I'm sharing, and please, I always, suggest for any kind of a design work, okay, until and unless it is an application. Of course, Wix is an application also. But since here we are going more into the designing aspect, I would always suggest that please use a larger screen. A laptop or a desktop is the best for doing any kind of a designing because of the screen size and the mobility that the mouse or the keyboard gives us. On a small screen, it is it can be done, but it takes a lot of time there. So this is the website, as I said, Wix, if you see at the top, there is a padlock, which means it's a secure website and it is wix.com. If we have an account here, we just sign in or else we click on get started.
So can I interrupt you here, sir?
Yes, please.
Sir, this is directly from the laptop you're doing, or have we to, if we don't have a laptop at the moment, can we type on the Google?
I will be doing it from my laptop.
Yes, sir.
If you have a system there, you can follow along also. And if not, then you can. On a smaller screen, it will become a little difficult, for you to follow this.
But just to practice, can we do it from Google?
Yes, you can. You can.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Well, okay. So now, from here, from this particular page, we get started. And once we get started, we have three options as a matter of fact. Okay. It is Facebook, Google, as well as Apple. If we have an Apple ID, we can, create our account using any of these options. Besides that, if we don't want to share any of these profiles, then we can create one just using our email ID. Okay, and we sign up. And no card details, no age, nothing of that sort needs to be rendered further. And once we have created our account, if we need to come back, we just log in with our email ID or any of these, any of the Facebook, Google, or Apple ID with which we have created the account there. Okay. From here, I will stop share screen and take you to my account, okay? To my account from where I will be sharing information from, as to how to create a website. So just give me a moment while I go into that particular tab and then share information. Okay. Just give me a moment, please. Yeah, this is within the what we call it within my account there, and one of the things this may not seem as good as your personal account, what you're seeing on the screen, but one of the things that like I was saying, there are three ways by which we can start creating a website. Okay. Number one, okay, let me go into, create new site. Okay. And when we normally sign in, okay, when a new account is normally created, the three ways are, number one, that there are certain templates which are there. Okay. And first comes first, Wix does is it has a mechanism by which if we fill in certain details, okay, and then Wix will suggest everything, the template, the structure, and so on and so forth, and we can choose from that. Okay. That is one way, and that will happen if I start filling in details here. Okay. We can skip this step. Okay. When the and to move on to the next this, okay, to the next method. Okay. And when we go move on to the next method, the next method is by selecting any kind of a template. Okay. Now here it says edit a template. Okay. There are hundreds of templates on this. Okay. And we can edit, we can choose to edit a template. Let's say I go on to, and from here, after clicking on edit a template, we get into the option of creating starting from a scratch also. Okay. So from here, if we see, if we scroll down, we see many different templates that are here. Okay. There are various templates which are here. If we scroll further, we move on, and we see different kinds of websites, and the templates for them. Like, and all that we need to do is just replace the content on these pages and continue. That is the second way. The third way is starting right from scratch. Starting right from scratch. Just to let you know, okay, let me open up one of these templates and then I will close it, just to show you, Now, for example, this company, free digital marketing webinar, this template is there. If I hit the edit button, what happens is that this particular template opens up. And once this template opens up, it will take some time depending on the internet connectivity. It will take some time, but once it opens up in the edit mode. Okay. Give it some time. Yes. Now this thing has opened up. Okay. One of the good things that as you edit, okay, one of the tips that I had given was we should be mobile friendly. Now, this vision that you're seeing, the screen that you are seeing, this is what this website would look on a desktop. If you see at the top here, this is the desktop version. If we click on the mobile, if I click on the mobile, okay, this is what it will look on the mobile. Okay. And we can look at it now. This is what it will look on the mobile. Okay. So we need to, design the website in such a way that it looks good both on the desktop as well as on the smaller screen. Here, everything is edited. Okay. If we click on this, if I just click on this, just place your cursor there, click on this, and we have the text headings here. The text heading is here. If I just overwrite it, if I just overwrite it, okay, and if I want, we can change the font size from here. I just select it, move it, make it more bigger, more smaller, and so on. So it's just that same template that will remain there, and we can edit this. Okay. This font, if I want a different font, I can do a drop down and say, let me choose this font. Okay. It will become anything like this. Okay. I want to give it some, make it more italics, make underline it, or choose the color. I wish to, make it more something like this. So everything is editable. Everything that is there is editable. And once we've done that, once we've done that, if I want to highlight, or if we want something behind it, the color behind that, we say I have made it that color, and I want the background to be this. Okay. And as soon as I deselect, you see that green, section, that highlight becomes green there. So what this is a basic, this is the basic way, and we can add a link also here if we wish. If we have some other link, if I want people to click here, I can add a link. Give it a click, and then once we click on this, where do we want the people to go? Where do we want them to go? To a new page, or to a document, or they are going to mail me, or give me a call, or and how does it open? So very simple. We can do that. I mean, that was just on a text. Besides that, if any of these the strip background, as we hover our cursor, it gives us the option. I said change strip background, and from here, it gives me the option. Color, I don't lie. I won't say something like this, lighter. I opt for that. Okay. We can also add colors. We can add colors, and as well as use some of the gradients that are there. One of the things that one of the ways in which, by which Wix helps us is that for the colors, it gives out certain themes. And these themes, in a way, are colors which complement each other. Right? So we can have a look at that also, choose their colors, or if there is something that we have in mind, any kind of a picture that we have in mind, we can add, or check on the RGB. Okay. This is slightly more technical. RGB is the basic color, what we call it, codes. We can choose those colors also. Like, for example, if I choose on an RGB, we get these this 255, 255, 255, this kind of stuff. We can choose on that, and then apply that particular color itself. And once we've done that, it will be applied there. So it's a very simple. All the things that are there are editable. Okay. Now within this, okay, once we've done with everything, once we've created, we hit the publish button. Okay. And once we make it publish, it gets published. Now, another thing to check here. Another thing to check here is if whatever we have done, I don't want it to be, I don't want this to be published yet. So all that I do is, save the website. Right? And once I click on save, one of the things that will come up, that the domain name. Domain name will be the account name .wixsite.com. Okay. And then when it says my site too, I don't want to keep it as site too. I can edit only this much portion. And I write there, a consultant, social media. Okay. And once I do this, let me write SOC. Oh, get a free Wix domain. No, I don't want. Yeah. I will change, I can change that also. And, your site is saved and we publish. I don't want to publish it right now. Okay. And I hit the edit mode. And from here, I write here SOC. And then, on this page itself, now this page is saved. Right? We can keep on working on it. Once we have worked, finally, we have to publish the website. Right? Besides, on this page itself, this is just one page that is there, which is, if you see at the top there, it says home page. We scroll down, we can, we can do all this text that is there. Everything is editable. Okay, this picture, if I change image, I can crop it, give it more some filters, change all the text and everything. Okay. Now, besides that, if you see the page this is the home page. There is a drop down here. When we click down on the drop down, we say manage pages. We click on manage pages, and from here, we can add pages. Okay. So, this is the home page. Currently, this is the home page. So we say add a page. Okay. And from this section, if we want, we can, pick up something that is already existing. Okay. And, if say, supposing there are certain services, we can pick on the service and add it there. Now, these are all pages that are, that are available within Wix. Okay. So it makes it easier. We choose, the kind of page that we want. Now, say, supposing if I add this page, okay, it will add this page. I choose this page, and you see services. This page is added there. I hit the done button. Okay. And once I hit, the done button, the exclusive service, whatever we wish to offer, it is here. Okay. And when I go back, if you see the pages, from here, home is this. This is the first page. This is the home. If I do a drop down, this is the services page. So we can keep on adding as many pages that are already there. Besides that, what we can do, and once we have created, okay, once we have created the page, we can publish it. This is, the second way. Okay. Now, the third way. Publish your website. No, I don't want to publish it. Okay, I just hit the done button. Okay. Now, besides this, there is also an option, for those who are extremely creative. Okay, to create a website from scratch. Okay. So I go into, my this thing into the main page there, and from there, okay, I can go into creating something from scratch. Okay. So For that, let's go into, history, site history, transfer to site, my dashboard. Okay. And once we are onto our dashboard, we can start creating from scratch. Okay. Now, within this dashboard are various tools. Once we create our website, we can see a lot of statistics that is there. Let it open up, and I will show you the various options that are there. Now, within the dashboard itself, we have the options of analytics and reports. Any financial things that we do, we can add all that. Besides that, now I want to start right from scratch. Within the dashboard, one of the things is where it's written Wix My Site 2. There's a drop down here, and any kind of sites that I have created, they will come up here. One dashboard for all the sites. So if any individual, if you wish to make multiple sites for various different talents, we can do that. Secondly, from here, starting from scratch, I click on create new site, and within the create new site, it will again take me to the options of the first option. I skip this. I don't want to do that. Okay. I do not wish to follow this one also, so I skip it. I go on to, from here only, edit a template. Okay. And instead of edit a template, instead of choosing the templates, I go on to a blank template. Okay. I click on blank template, and even on a blank template, okay, even in this section, what they do is they give us, the locational indications that, there are certain websites, but there is no text there. There are no images there. Right? Now, for example, if I were to just say I'm a title, go on to view, and we can see that these are all pictures. We can add images and so on and so forth. I don't want to do this also. I want to go back and from the blank, from the blanks, the first option which comes up here is start from scratch. So we edit this, and when we edit this, we get what is called as a blank canvas. A blank canvas, we can use all our creativity to design, the website. And now this is the canvas that we get. And here, everything again, whatever we do, as I showed you from the previous one, we have an option to see it on the desktop version as well as the mobile version. Okay, number one. Now here, okay, anything that we do. Now at the top, if we look at normal website, okay, the first, there are a couple of things which are standard, as we call it. One is the header, which is right at the top, which has the name of the website, the logo or maybe a tagline or something, and an image, some of the basic contents of a website. So it has that. And then some of the websites, they have their social media, icons also over there. And they have those social media icons so that anybody wishing to go to their social media handles, they can click on those and they are connected. Now on this page itself, one of the things is same. It works the same way. Page. This is the home page to start with. There's a drop down. When we drop down, manage pages, and we simply add a page. We add a page, and from here, it goes off again into the same thing there. If we wish to use this, it's fine. If we don't wish to use it, everything is editable. We can change that also. Number two, on this page itself, okay, on this page itself, let me, yeah, on this page itself, on the home page, okay, this is the home page, and we click on the plus sign. Okay. Click on the plus sign, and from here, now, for example, the text strip, at the top, at the header. This, if I want to add this, okay. If I want to add this or any of these strips that are there, if I wish to add them, what we can do is just click on this, and drag and drop. Simple. This method follows the drag and drop. This particular header seems to be too wide. We can reduce it. This arrow, we can, either make it bigger or make it smaller, whichever way, whatever we wish to do. This, is occupying the entire page. We don't want the entire page. I just wanted it to be, in the center. Like, we don't want the website to be, too across the thing. So this arrow that is there, we just hit this option, this arrow, both sideways. And from here, we just, this is on the screen, we hit the page. And you see the, the header or the page, it shrinks. And I say, okay, well, this seems to be a decent. This is the, it becomes more smaller. It's not right across. Now on this section itself, okay, I want to write text. Okay. And from the text, I just go into what is the, what is the headings there. I want to add, heading 1 is the biggest. I click on heading 1 and, just fix it there and go into changing the text. I go in and write, say, smart, sorry. I find this too broad. I extend it and make it bigger, and it's too bold. Let me make it, let me select this and say, change it to this. Font size seems to be slightly bigger. I want to change the color, make it into something blue.
Raju sir, can I interrupt you here?
Yes, please.
You're showing us how to do the website, but could you also let us know how we can have the payments happening from the website and how we can be inserting, say, pictures of our products in here?
Yes. Payments, though I will not be able to show you, but I will tell you, I will let you know. There are APIs that you can integrate. But yes, pictures I can show you.
We don't know from where, how we are able to, the first few pages we are probably adding about ourselves and our services, or what we are offering. But you need to have a product page, because since all of us are going into products or services, so we need to have a website which shows the products immediately.
Yeah. Okay. For the for the see, that is what this when we go into when we create a page here. Okay, within home I go into manage, and I want to create. I want to add another page there. Okay, sorry about that. And once I let me add a page and say. So, sorry, services, and on this, okay. And yeah. Now, for example, this image itself. Okay, we want to we wish to change this. Okay. I want to change this particular image there. Okay. So first things first, what we do is we upload the images onto this, onto Wix. Within these columns here, there is a media, okay, and from media we get the option of upload your media, okay. And say from if I have any image, okay, from my system, I just click on that, okay, and from here, upload from computer. I will just see. Supposing this is an image, okay, that I wish to upload. Okay. Now, one of the things when we create our, when we have to add images, it is best to preload those images. Okay. Upload those images beforehand, so that every time we don't have to do this process. Okay. Otherwise, when the system is there on, on the when the images are there on the system, every time that we need to do, we will have to do this process. Okay. So it says one image done, and now what I do now, my file is here. Okay, it is uploaded there, and we can also create folders for different pages, or whatever we wish to do. Now I check on this and I add to page, okay. And the image comes up here. Okay. We can move it, just drop and drag, you see, and at the same time adjust its size. We want it smaller, we want it to be placed at any other side. I want to say crop it. I can crop it also. I don't want this so big, I just want the central portion. So those kind, everything is if I want wish to give it a shape, I can say give it this kind of a shape, and done. Now this image, okay, that we wanted to upload, I mean, it is here. Okay. So we can add any number of images onto this. Okay.
How do you get rid of the background one first, Raju? Sir?
Sorry?
You have the background image, so wouldn't you have to take off the background image before you place this? Because right now you have the background image still showing.
That will also be moved. Okay. Change column background. Just give me a moment. And none.
So sorry to interrupt, but we'll have to do the concluding slides.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Shruti. That will also be moved off. Gaurav, we can move that from the none section. All the backgrounds, every image, everything can be changed from here. That is not a challenge there. And like I said, one of the first things, if you are creating your website, get your contents and images ready. I mean, that's the first thing. Content in the sense in the text portion and your images ready. Okay. I I will be able to help you much better once that is ready. Okay. Here I can show you various things, but once everything is ready, then it would be much easier for you also to comprehend and follow it along.
Okay. Also, Raju sir, you have to show us how to connect the website then to our social media handles. So like if you have the website, how to connect it with Insta or Facebook or whatever else.
Gauraji, I would suggest that if once you send me your feedback, if you could just list out these questions, I will, I will cover that in the office hours that I have in May. Okay, I'll just make it a point to cover all that in the office.
Okay, we have office hours with you as well.
Yes, in May, on the 10th of May, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Okay.
So I think we should have one more session for this.
Yeah, I think so. You know what we can do is we can now try it on, and then whatever doubts we have, because I think we need to know how to add pages.
Exactly.
If you want to blog about the website, from here, add pages and blog or send our images out to Insta or wherever else, because the website has to connect with all this.
Yes.
I will.
We have to be more detailed, sir.
Because 1 hour is not enough for this. I think we need another session.
We
It's
need
too
another
complicated,
follow-up session for this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do that. I'll suggest to the committee to.
Cora, let's all also suggest.
Yeah, we'll all put it in the feedback. Yeah, we will.
We'll put it in the feedback.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So that was great.